everyone, it's Susie, and I have some fun little things that I've got added to the shop, so I just wanted to share with you. I got another journal made that I wanted to kind of share, but I've had some fun, ever since I watched Christy over at Twins for Me too. I have actually had a ball making altered things. So these are some little glassine bags that I've altered using Tim Holtz paper dolls. And so they're just fun. They're just some fun little glassine bags. These are the small ones. They're a 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. And I made, just a few of them. I've got some layered lace, some vintage buttons, just some fun things on there. This here, I did add a little tri-fold copy dyed paper in each one that were just kind of fun. Here's one of the little girls there. So much fun. But anyway, there's those. And then I worked on some of the little vintage glassine envelopes that I have in the shop. I also just add a little tri-fold copy dyed paper in there. And then I actually made them where you could kind of wrap them and put them in your journal if you wanted to on the page. So I've got them going this way instead of this way. But anyway, there's some little fun. I've got some of those rosettes that are real pretty from Hobby Lobby. Cheesecloth, coffee dyed cheesecloth. I've got some of that in the shop now. Vintage buttons. Here's another one. It's kind of fun. I actually love making these. These are so fun for me. I just absolutely love layering the lace. And here is just a medium glassine bag that I used a Pinterest image on. I had actually made 2 of these and one was sold. And this was the other I had made in 2 different sizes. This is the medium glassine bag, and it is 6 by almost 3 3/4, or right at 3 3/4. Then I worked on some altered the mathematic flashcards, vintage flashcards. These aren't the tall ones that I have in the shop. These are actually some that I bought on my way to Junkapalooza at Fiona's little antique store there in one of the towns on the way. There's another little altered ones there, and then these are still the Tim Holtz paper dolls, so they're just the bigger ones. So anyway, that's kind of what those look like. But anyway, those have been a lot of fun. Of course, here's my journal. I got some new little colors in the rosettes Sharon's been working on for me. I've got some in a country blue. I've got some in the yellow and the cardinal red, the country purple, and the shabby pink. The only thing I have these in is the small ones. I don't have them in the medium or the large medallions. But anyway, those are super cute. And then she's made me some little yellow rosettes even to get in there. So anyway, I just keep adding things to the shop, guys. I haven't really been able to find any new ephemera like I like, but I'll be on vacation from work here in a couple of weeks, beginning in the 1st of July. And hopefully I will be able to pick up some ephemera. So it'll probably get kind of busy at work over the next couple of weeks trying to get everything out before we leave. But anyway, this is my journal. This, of course, is the Stamperia's Old Lace collection. I've used some coffee dyed seam binding, which is something else that I finally put in the shop and got made. So I do have the coffee dyed seam binding. This is just all I used. I just thought it was kind of fitting for this journal. This is the only journal that I did get made. But I did use, this is Hobby Lobby paper. I forget what they call it now. I bought it. It is over in the, where the frame and different things are over there in that department. And anyway, I purchased some of that, a pack of that, and I've been using it a little bit as I go along. Got some cheesecloth here, coffee dyed, and a little ecru small flower there. I believe that's a small flower. And then, of course, that's just from the collection cut out. But you open it up, and I do have some pieces from SMTiffany Lane in here, and I will be linking that in the description box. This is actually one of the trims that is in there. It actually came on a piece, and I've cut it up. This is from her shop. And then I've added the linen pocket here. This is just a blank music sheet here that I've coffee dyed and put in that pocket. So the little vintage lace on it. Here's a bulb pin. Now that is from Sue's shop as well. And I tied some of these little merchandise tags. I am actually getting ready to, I've already purchased some. I am getting ready to coffee dye some of those and have them in the shop. Hopefully next week or something, get those in there. So that if you don't coffee dye, I can have some available. What I would like to do eventually is have what you need for your junk journals in the shop, where you can kind of get the coffee dyed tags and all those fun things. I did get some rusty pins and paper clips added in there just a week or so ago. So here is some ruffled fabric here, like muslin. Let's get this over a little bit, get it out of my flower. Here is just some lace here that I've actually attached to this music sheet paper. Here's just a very small little booklet that I made. Just did a little layering there with some of the paper. And it just goes there in that pocket. This is some vintage paper here. Pinterest image here. I just kind of sewed it on this coffee dyed paper here. This is a stamped little doily. This is from Susan's shop over there, SMTiffany Lane. Some more linen. Here is one of the tags from the collection, and I've just sewed it on this half piece of, or partial piece of music note paper. Here is a little tag I've made, and I've actually stitched this on. This is one of those Greek flashcards, vocabulary flashcards I'm using. Have a place on the back for you to actually journal on, but you could always put a picture or just whatever there, you know. Oops. And then I've got one of my little rusty paper clips there at the top holding it on. This is some vintage ledger paper here. I believe this came from my friend Anne. She had sent me some happy mail. That was very generous and kind of her to do that. Here is some just some more coffee dyed paper. Oh, and while I'm thinking about this here, this trim right here with the little hearts here. This is also from Sue's shop. That's something really fun there, and I've just sewed it on the edge so that it would kind of dangle over. Here is some more trim from her shop as well. Just on that blank music sheet, some more fun trim. I tried to add several trims because she had sent me several things, and I just haven't really used anything lately. Well, a lot of it is because I've been trying to get the shop so stocked that I've been using a lot of my products. So anyway, I thought it would be nice to include some of her stuff there to share with you guys. There's just a copy dyed tag there, manila tag. Here is a little image from her shop that she has sent me. It's just a little stamped. It says Inspire. I thought that was kind of fun, and then I just put it on with one of these rusty clips here. There's my tag. This trim here is also from her shop that I've tied on there. It's kind of a fun trim. Some more just vintage paper there. Some more of her trim. Here's a big piece of that ruffled, kind of like a muslin. It's actually some fabric. It actually was on sale at Hobby Lobby when they were running all that 75% off. I picked up some rolls of that, Here is another one of the Greek vocabulary cards there. And that just is a piece cut out from the collection. Another piece of the tag I've just stitched on here and put it on that little partial piece. Now this is not really a pocket. I have just actually just collaged that there. This is another little piece from Sue's shop. I thought was kind of fun, and then I've just stitched that trim on there. Thought that would be fun also. The back of it, you can see here, it kind of sometimes when you sew that stuff wants to kind of hang and get down in the where the feed dogs are at, but it didn't really tear the paper, and I just left it alone. Here is another piece of just little journaling paper there. Got some of that coffee dyed seam bindings just stitched on the bottom. There's my lace there. Here is another piece of that dangled trim. I thought it went well with the browns. And then here, of course, is the very end page. I just have another piece of copy dyed paper here, kind of a ledger paper. I don't remember what collection this ledger paper came out of. It's actually from a company, but I don't know which one. And then here is another tag, and I have just added some of these little merchandise tag with the bulb pin there, and just set it in there. And then here is the back. I just left it kind of plain to share. It's just, and look at here, look at the laces. That is so fun. That's kind of the look that I was going for, just some of the edging being a little full this time. The journal itself, I'm not sure how many pages there. I did not feel it real full because just because I didn't want it to get, by the time you put stuff in there, it gets so full. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which would make it 24, be 48 if you're counting sides, front and back. So anyway, it's 48 sides. So anyway, still fun enough to be able to journal in and have fun with. So, and then this here I actually made from some vintage library, though the library like Betty Crocker cards, the vintage ones. I actually altered them, and what I did was I used some of the newsprint paper bag. Wendy's Journal Adventure had this flipbook tutorial, and I wanted to try it. I shared it on Sophie's notes because I thought it was kind of fun, and I did that a couple weeks ago, and I just now got around to making one. And I added a little black button, vintage button there, and then of course one of my ecru flowers that Sharon makes there. I believe this is the large one here, and this is what it looks like. Of course mine varies a little bit from her because you just kind of put your own spin on it. But when you open it up, what it is 4 of those vintage cards. And I just kind of decorate a place for journaling, or even a small photo with a little journaling if that's what you wanted to do with it. And then it opens, and I added a linen pocket with some lace and layering here. Vintage Rolodex card. I love those things. And then a couple of just small manila tags that I have copy dyed. And then, of course, I added the seam binding there, the coffee dyed seam binding, and just a little place for journaling or photos there if you wish. And then I did the same thing in this pocket over here. I just added a couple of the little manila tags and the Rolodex card. So anyway, this is, and I'll flip it over here and show you. This is actually what it looks like when it's laid out the other side. Just thought it was fun. I believe she used Project Life cards, and I will put that tutorial in the description box as well if that's something that you think you would like to play with. It was super fun, super fast, and I just thought it was kind of a neat little project. So anyway, guys, this is what I have to share, and anyway, had a good time making all of it. Hope you guys have a great day, have a great weekend coming up, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.